For today's yoga practice, we're going to start in mountain pose. So as we place our feet underneath our hips, finding neutral alignment of the spine, shoulders rolling back and down with our palms facing forward, let's soften and close our eyes. And as we find stillness in our bodies, deepening the inhales and the exhales, as we focus more attention to the breath, seeing if we can take a slower, longer inhale breath and a longer, relaxing exhale breath. As we continue with that diaphragmatic breath, our next inhale, we can circle or sweep our arms overhead, bringing palms to meet and hands to heart center. Continuing that flowing motion of the arms. And take one more circle sweeping flow of the arms. And then with eyes either gently closed or softly open, moving in and out of our chair flow, where we still take our arms circling overhead, but this time drawing our arms in front as we sink hips down and back. Continuing to flow in and out of chair, again reaching towards the sky, long neutral spine, exhaling to sink back and down into hips. We'll take one more time in and out of our chair pose. Then as we find ourselves flowing in and out of forward fold, still circling arms overhead, and then hinging at our hips, arms flowing to sides and then down towards the mat. Inhaling to rise back up towards the sky. Exhaling, hinging, flowing downward. Making sure as we flow in and out of the forward fold, we're bending our knees, hinging at our hips, long neutral spine. As we take one more flow, this time we're going to hold at the bottom of our forward fold, letting the torso relax, the knees are bent, fingertips down to mat, and we'll take a little sway side to side, feeling our torso rocking back and forth like a rag doll. And then as we settle, weight to center, let's come on to hands and knees, finding wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath our hips, neutral spine with core engaged and shoulders down the back. As we flow cat-cow, first arching our spines into cow pose, and then tucking and rounding into cat. Flowing between those two spinal positions, lengthening the front of the body on the inhale, lengthening the back of the body on the exhale. Slow one more time in each direction. First arching and then rounding. As we draw to neutral spine, hips back to heels in our child's pose, letting our arms extend forward as we rock gently side to side in the hips, massaging and opening the hips as we elongate the torso. As we settle our weight to center, let's walk both hands off to the right side, creating some lateral flexion for the spine, taking a deep inhale breath into the side of the body. And we walk our hands off to the other side. With our hands drawing back forward, we'll move in and out of our flowing modified vinyasa, coming first into kneeling plank, little yogi push-up where we lower halfway, pressing back up and hips to heels in child's pose. Continuing that flow to warm and strengthen the upper body. Making sure our eye gaze when we're doing that yogi push-up is at the top of our mats. Long neutral spine. Head in line with the spine also. And we'll find one more flow. And as we come back to child's pose, coming forward, kneeling plank and lowering down onto the belly. From here, flowing in and out of our cobra, hands underneath our shoulders, shoulders back. Inhaling, lifting heart center away from the mat. Exhale to release down. Flowing a few more times, working on strengthening, finding mobility to the upper back. And as we flow one more time, let's now, with core engaged, press ourselves straight up and hips back to heels in child's pose. As we tuck toes, lifting hips to sky for downward facing dog. Softening the knees, pedaling heels to mat where we press one heel down and hold for a moment. Switching and pressing the other heel down. Lengthening and stretching calves. Hips pulling all the way up and back towards the sky. And with both heels resting towards the mat, let's walk or step our feet into forward fold. Inhaling to rise to sky. Flowing through one chair pose, and then we'll begin our sun salutations. Rising arms up to sky, releasing hands down to the mat. As we step our right foot back into lunge, arms rising up to the sky. Let's release those hands, finding our downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, flowing forward to plank, lowering halfway, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and then back into downward facing dog. Right foot will step forward, where we raise those arms up to sky. Releasing our hands, finding forward fold. With an inhale, rising upward, and flowing through chair. Repeating that sun salutation sequence on the other side. Left foot stepping back this time. As we rise, hands upward to the sky. Again, releasing down, finding downward facing dog. Shifting to plank. Chaturanga, we lower. Upward facing dog. And back to down dog. Right foot steps, or left foot steps forward. And then we can release back down for forward fold. Rising upward to extended and moving through chair. Let's flow just one more sun salutation. This time our right foot lead leg steps back. And with a release, downward facing dog. Moving through our vinyasa, first plank, then chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Right foot stepping forward. As we lift to lunge, releasing for forward fold. Rising to the sky, and moving through chair. As we now flow back to forward fold, stepping our right foot back, let's draw that knee down to mat for low lunge. As we inhale, arms up to the sky, neutral spine, lifting through crown of head, lifting through fingertips, engaging the right glute to open up the front of the hip. Let's rotate towards the front knee, hand coming onto hip and to knee. Adding a spinal rotation. As we untwist, rising arms up to sky. We'll release those hands down, lifting up into a higher lunge and shortening stance for pyramid. So it's about a half distance stance. We want to straighten our legs, lifting torso, long neutral spine, and placing hands either on thigh, shin, or all the way down to the floor. Whatever place that we can allow our spine to be long, to be neutral. Pulling back gently with the left hip. A couple more deep inhales and exhales here. And as we soften, stepping into forward fold. With an inhale, we rise. Let's move into and hold our chair pose. Arms can extend in front, or maybe hands to heart center. Whatever position allows us to feel strength building in the legs, control in our core center, and openness through the heart center. With our next inhale as we rise up, let's release back down to fold. This time, left foot stepping back as we draw that knee to mat, rising upward to the sky. Like we did on our first side, thinking about lifting through the top of the head, shoulders down the back, engaging left glute. Now adding rotation, hand on hip, hand on knee, pulling back with our right shoulder to deepen the twist. As we untwist, arms rising to sky, let's release those hands, lifting and shortening stance to pyramid pose. So with a foot distance, about 2 foot distance between the back toes and the front heel. Softening the right knee, pulling back with the right hip. Finding a couple more inhales and exhales. Again, softness to the front knee, stepping into forward fold. With an inhale, we rise. This time, hands to heart center. As we stand here in mountain pose, let's heel toe those feet together so our big toes are touching, inner thighs are together. And as we sink down into chair pose, engaging core center more, and let's twist to the right side, elbow to the far side of the knee for prayer twisting chair. Pulling back slightly with the left hip to make sure our knees stay aligned. Hips sinking down so our heart center is lifted. We untwist and rise. As we repeat for the other side, hands to heart center first, sinking down into chair. Inner thighs draw together, core center engaged. We twist to the left this time. So we untwist, rising up, heel toeing feet back to neutral as we flow into forward fold. Stepping the right foot back, let's open to warrior two stance. Back foot parallel to back edge, front knee and toe facing forward. We ease down into that front leg, eye gaze past the tip of the front fingers. Let's bend a little bit more into the front knee for side angle. Elbow light to the thigh, back arm to sky. We can gaze either downward to the mat, outward to the side, or upward towards that lifted palm. As we inhale, lifting torso into reverse warrior. Back hand light to back thigh. Front arm lifting, heart center lifting upward towards the palm as our shoulders are relaxing down. As we straighten that front leg, tilting back, forward, and down, this time into triangle pose. As we release, let's move ourselves towards the long edge of our mat. Edges of feet parallel to edges of the mat. For a side lunge, we'll bend knee to one side, shifting weight. Feeling stretch and length on the inner thigh or adductor muscle. Switching off to the other side. Let's flow a couple more times each way. Once we shift weight, we hold for a moment before shifting off to the other side. Now as we turn towards the other short edge of our mat, so right foot is going to be the front of the mat. Moving into warrior two on the other side. So again, our left foot parallel to back edge, right knee and toe facing forward, warrior two on the other side. Let's draw our torso forward and down into side angle. Again, finding that eye gaze that's comfortable for our necks. Let's inhale to reverse warrior. Front arm lifting towards the sky, back hand light to back thigh. As we now straighten that front leg, tilting forward and down, triangle pose. Let's soften through that front knee as we make our way to downward facing dog. Taking a moment here to build strength. And then we continue to hold or flowing through a vinyasa. Let's take and step our right foot forward as we adjust stance to warrior one, grounding the back heel as we rise arms to sky. Hips and shoulders working to square forward, engaging core center as our shoulders draw down the back. Let's release those hands down to the mat as we readjust to lunge position. On the back toes, toes facing forward, rotating torso towards the front knee, towards the right side for prayer twist lunge. Hugging thigh to belly, belly to thigh, opening to the outside of the hip. Let's slowly untwist torso. Pivoting to face long edge of mat, let's turn toes towards the corners, knees to follow. As we rise our torso, lifting to five-pointed star. As we sink straight down, flowing in and out of our moonflowers. Greater range of motion through our hips, knees, building strength in our back as we draw those elbows in to our sides. Let's flow just two more times. As we have this last flow, let's rotate towards the left foot as front, readjusting stance into warrior one. Back heel grounded, pointing to about 45 degrees. Let's see if we can bend a tiny bit more to that front knee, creating alignment of knee over ankle. As we release our hands down, readjusting to lunge, moving torso towards the front knee for prayer twist lunge. As we hold here, let's see if we can fully extend that back leg, engaging the quad, pushing out at back toes. as we untwist, finding our downward facing dog. Again, holding here, building strength. Or if we'd like, flowing through our vinyasa, that plank chaturanga flow. From our downward facing dog, let's left heel to sky, bringing the leg underneath and through into pigeon pose. Knee to wrist, heel to opposite hip. We first start uplifted, letting our hips settle and sink towards the mat. We can either stay uplifted or, if more comfortable, coming down to forearms. As we come back up onto our palms, returning to our downward facing dog. Holding here or flowing a vinyasa. Where from down dog, our right heel will lift, bringing leg underneath through to pigeon. As we did on the first side, let's start upright, letting our hips ease into the deep stretch. And then staying or drawing down onto forearms. As we're ready, let's draw back up onto our palms. One last time into downward facing dog. From our down dog, let's shift forward to plank. Long, straight, neutral spine. As we find side plank, placing the left hand underneath us, rotating and opening, right hand lifting towards the sky. Lifting hips away from the mat, belly drawn into spine. As we come back into full plank, resetting. This time right hand underneath us, left arm up to sky. Returning to full plank and lowering slowly onto the belly. From here, preparing for sea animal. We'll have neutral spine, slightly tucking the chin, placing hands behind the head, fingertips just on either side of the head. And as we inhale, lifting heart center away from the mat, lifting elbows. We can stay here or add the feet lifting away as well. Strengthening the entirety of the back. As we release down, hands beneath our shoulders, let's press into our child's pose. Hips back to heels, arms extending forward, finding a counter stretch as we round the spine. As we rise up, let's make our way seated for butterfly pose, where we sit tall, bringing soles of feet together, readjusting as needed. We can keep our spine nice and neutral, or if we'd like, taking a hinge from the hips, letting elbows come to the inner thighs. Letting our knees be heavy, like we have a weight on either knee, drawing those knees down towards the mat. As we rise up, let's make our way onto our backs, where we draw our knees into chest, hugging both knees in, a little gentle rock side to side. And as our feet place down to the mat, preparing for bridge pose, drawing shoulders underneath us, arms alongside the body, we press into the heels to lift the hips up to the sky. If we want, walking up onto our shoulders, maybe interlacing hands beneath us like a chest expansion. As we release our arms alongside the body, hips can come back down to mat. With our left leg extending, supine spinal twist, we'll shift our hips, bringing that right knee across the body. Deep inhales and long exhales as we relax arms and legs, wringing out tension from the spine. As we come back onto our backs, re-squaring hips, let's take the right leg extended, left knee across the body. Just as we did on the first side, relaxing into the stretch. This is a great opportunity, if we've not done so, to soften and close the eyes. As we release on this side, coming into our final relaxation, which is simply just laying supine on our backs, arms alongside the body, legs long. We'll spend a couple moments here, just focusing to the breath, the in-breath and the out-breath, letting our bodies relax. As we bring our awareness back, let's begin to make our way to a seated place where we roll to one side, press ourselves upward, and as we sit tall, neutral spine, hands onto our knees, our eyes are soft and closed. A couple more moments here with the breath. Long, slow, deep inhale breath, relaxing exhale breath. As we bring our hands together, our heart center into our Anjali Mudra, our symbol of gratitude. And as the light in me honors the light in you, namaste.